if we look at violence as an emotion, no more than that, just an emotion, as an occurrence in the organism of the human being, as well as other organisms like chimpanzees or apes or animals that are closer to us. We know that they have reactions to protect themselves, and so do we. So we need to see, first of all, that anger, that reaction we have to protect ourselves is normal, what we call normal. We are still on this planet acting like animals, protecting ourselves, and the means that we use is violence, and that emotion, that response. It's not good, bad, or indifferent to say we are violent, basically. So here in our dialogue here, we can look at ourselves as being humanity itself and functioning as everybody else in the world, as human beings. Functioning, not behaving, but functioning the same way. We all have the same kind of organs and so on and so forth. But we don't consider ourselves violent here, do we? I mean, you're not fighting your neighbors or hitting anyone, not that I can know of. I mean, you all look very peaceful. So I don't think that you are really violent, people behaving violently. So what is violence then? How can we say, I am a violent human being as humanity? It doesn't make sense to people. It doesn't fit to be violent like everybody else, or like people that are really hurting others, committing murder or hurting children, or men hitting women, some women hurting men. So we don't feel we are violent. So to look at ourselves as humanity, we would have to experience what a murderer experiences, what a person that in a panic or in a response to or reaction to some hurt, because somebody hurt them, they feel they hurt them, and a crime of passion, a reaction of passion, so on and so forth. Well, we would have to feel the same thing they feel and see that our brain, that part of the brain that will react to survive, is the same. If we were to experience the truth of that, we would be compassionate even with a Hitler or a Hussein, even though we don't approve of their behavior. Obviously, we wouldn't. But we couldn't condemn murderers any more than we condemn tigers or lions when they attack a little teeny animal to eat, because they don't know what they're doing. A Hussein, a Hitler doesn't know what they're doing. They are only responding in a way that is according to whatever's in their brain and their whole organism. Now, that might sound strange to you. So, to be compassionate with violence, very difficult. Because it's painful for us to see someone suffering from others, hurting them. But if we were to understand violence. We need to see how it is normal or natural for us to have that kind of emotional response to survive. So you have someone like a Hitler that thought he was going to save the world by having this wonderful race. Well, just an idea, something that got in his mind and everybody else around him that supported him. And he was going to save the world. Well, but somehow we have this good rationalizations of violence is okay, is good, if it is helping us or helping our friends, our families, our society. But if they are against us, they're bad and we have to kill them. And violence is justified. Violence doesn't have to be justified. It has to be inquired into as a natural response that is in everyone on the planet, so that maybe it can end. Because unless we understand or find deeply what it is that makes us react and what we get out of it or what we gain in the world by reacting that way, it will never end. By not being able to experience the pain that another person has when we react to them, how we may inflict a pain or discomfort on someone else. Just by the way we talk, just by the way we insult somebody, or by whatever behavior we have. So the most important thing is to really question. To question ourselves in the moment of anger itself. Now that's just very difficult, I know. Because there you are angry at somebody and justified to be angry. And you have to stop and say, wait a minute, what is happening to me? No, you're supposed to be punching somebody, right? No, you don't want to do that. The energy is such that you're not about to give up what feels so good to go against. Oh no, that's just the way we are. So can you, in the middle of this anger that comes up, can you stop and ask yourself, what is this? What is happening to me? Because if you don't, you're not aware. You're conscious. You're not asleep. You're just unaware of the whole happening, the whole functioning at that moment. So it doesn't mean that I don't want you to think that I am approving of any behavior. No. Anytime we hurt someone else, we hurt ourselves. And if we are experiencing ourselves as humanity itself, we would be hurting at the moment that we hurt someone else. That's compassion, that's love. So to find out whether violence can end, well, we would have to find out whether it can end here, inside. So can violence end? If it ends in you, it ends in humanity. Remember that we are like a pile of sand, and a little grain, each grain is responsible for the pile. And we are part of that pile of humanity. So the more we're willing to look at ourselves and see the violence in ourselves without judging, the more we will be able to contribute to humanity and the peacefulness that is needed.